Hello everyone, welcome back to the Holy Mountaineering channel on YouTube, and if you are watching this, you're probably coming from Tumblr. So, I'm going to be doing a 5-card spread for mariannavermiglio, I believe is how you say that. If I just totally butchered your name, I'm really sorry. So, I'm going to be doing a 5-card spread, and the perimeter is going to be a 3-card triangular outlying bit with 2 cards in the center. The card on the bottom of the center is sort of what you feel like is giving you the basic essence of what's going on, and the card on top of it is going to be the more obvious thing that's pulling everything together. So these 3-card spreads are generally general, but they tend to get specific and people get a lot out of them. And again, thank you for donating. If you guys donate, you can get me to ramble at you and give you a little divination. So, you seem like a 1, 2, 3, and 4 cut sort of person, so that's what I'm going to do. For this, I'm just going to turn them all over, except the center cards. So, Miss Marianne, or however you identify. So the card in the peak, imagine that you were looking at one side of a pyramid dead on. So you have the 3 sides that are visible. Card at the top, the peak, which you need to make a proper pyramid, but is not necessary for the construction. It's just sort of the ethereal peak that's good to look at. It's the idea that's still in the air, if you will. So here we have an inverted and flying to the ground, a 2 and 0, the Fool. So the Fool is Aleph, the Fool is air, the Fool is infinite possibility. It's wherever you can go. It's mathematical 0. And that 0 is not to say that there's nothing there, but it is to say that there is nothing but possibility there. In some of the old decks, you have the Fool with a little bennel stick over his shoulder, walking off a cliff with a dog nipping at his heels. So what that represents is the want or the desire to go forth, to do crazy shit even though you might fall to your death. This is the need to create. 0 is the midway point. So this is the desire to create, to go forth, to go do a damn thing. So, over here, the right and the first part of your base for your little one side of the pyramid is the 7 of Cups debauch. I like to describe this card as the emotional composting card. Now, if you've ever composted food or leaves, if you've ever had a compost pile, you understand how these things work. And it's the same thing emotionally. Think of like a golf course pond. It gets real slimy and real gross when it's not attended to. When there's no water coming in or out, it's just stewing on the stuff that's in there. This is to say that you have some processing, emotional processing that you need to do. Like, this has to do with okay, so Venus and Scorpio. Venus is love, beauty, personal growth. And Scorpio is I like to think of it as the dark water below the surface where you're being pulled in the current but you can't see anything clearly. The mud and the silt is all kicked up, so you're seeing outlines of things. So it's like, not really like being sure where you are emotionally, but the idea is to start to focus on that, to figure that out. And it's just like one of those little ponds. If you have the littlest bit of water, the littlest bit of feeling going in, and then leaving, it'll clear that out. It's the same thing as a compost pile. You just turn the compost pile, give it a little bit of light so it doesn't mold and get gross, and it just breaks down in this natural cycle. So the left part of your base here for this side of the pyramid is the 8 of Wands, swiftness. So here we have Mercury in Sagittarius, Mercury being intelligence, communication, the messenger god. Who's the go-between in Sagittarius, which is the flaming arrow spiritually flying through heaven for God knows what reason, but it is focused. So this is the idea of controlling fire. This is the idea of harnessing the energy of action to create something that is greater than that. This is the power plant card. Here you take the light and you put it through the prism and create the rainbow. Here the wands have turned to electricity. They're energized, not static. They're constantly moving. So basically, the idea here is that, energize your ideas, give them more life than they would have on their own. So, the inner base here is the Knight of Swords. It's the fiery part of air, or acting on what you figured out. This is the process of going through and making a battle plan. But then once you have that battle plan, this is the next step of taking all available force that you have, all the vigor in you, and fucking throwing it at it. Just being the most powerful that you can be with that idea that you have. The card above that, the more obvious or the more surface, is Atu 10. This is Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter off. This is the benefits of meditatively waiting out. The Sphinx on top of the wheel has been through the whole cycle of things to see, this Ape of Thoth Hanuman character who's just tricky. It's the aspect of life that just want to mess things up. And then Set, Apophis the Destroyer down here, that's the negative. That is the mathematically negative that just takes away. So after he's sitting through the fuckery that is known commonly as life, this is knowing that because of your patience, you're coming up on a better time. Fortune is upon you. So, what you have going on is basically the ability to leave your situation, to go out and to do and to really create yourself. You got to pull through this emotionally stagnant, weird, relationshipy stuff that's making you feel a little slimy, make you feel a little stuck. Fucking turn the compost pile, get some sunlight to all that stuff that you maybe haven't wanted to deal with. And then take the energy, the rotting matter, and make a nasty methane power plant to drive you on. The purpose of dealing with this stuff is not only so you're more sane and more adjusted, it's also so you can go out and finish what it is that you're trying to do. And here in the center, what this is, it's you already know what you need to do, or you've got a pretty good idea anyway. And now what you need to do is gather available force to throw at that problem. Gather everything you have to put forward toward dealing with that, toward attacking the problem. And you're in a much better position than you have been in a long time to do that. So strike while the iron is hot. There are things that need to be done. You know what they are, or have a good idea of what they are. Now you need to do the damn thing. So things are options are opening up, but you have to get through your own emotional stagnant period to really turn that into something so you can accomplish things that you want to do. But you're in a better position than you have been for a long time. There you go. Anyway, I'm Holy Mountaineering. This is Stoneburner. believe that this is the Stoneburner patch that I got when they played here at the Ouija Club, rest in peace. And they're really good. I think they're from Portland too. So check them out, and good luck to you. You're in a good position to do.